Hey guys, it's Julian, and today I'm going to be showing you a few different techniques to make deep minimal house, chord stabs, and different pads and stuff like this from scratch on your own. Now, to go along with this video, I actually just dropped a new sample pack which is called Definitive Deep Minimal House Chord Stabs and Pads Volume 2. The link is right at the top of the description. What this is it's 50 chord stabs and pad samples. You can see we got all the stabs here. You can hear just a bunch of the stabs like you hear in the style of tracks. As well as all these nice pad sounds that you can work with. And also, to go along with the pack, I also have the free bonus bass lines, drums, and effect sounds. Plus, you get my Definitive Mastering Rack version 2 included with the pack, plus the demo tracks as you heard at the beginning of this video. You get all 5 of the project files for those as well. So you get actually a really complete setup of stuff here to make a bunch of tracks in this style. And yeah, link to that is at the top of the description. If you want some stuff to work with to really take your tracks to the next level, definitely recommend you check this out. Plus, it really helps support me as I don't make a whole lot just off of YouTube, but with these sample packs and stuff, I'm able to keep going. And yeah, let's dive in. So the first way that I'm going to show you to make these chords is using a synth. And right off the bat, we're going to actually grab Operator. I really like using FM synthesis for these. So basically what you're going to do, I usually go through and design the actual chord notes first. So let's put this up to 128 BPM. And let's do so typically you want to start with a minor chord. Usually it's going to be some variation of a minor chord. So in this case, we just have a basic C sharp minor, just root note, minor third, and fifth. And right off the bat, this is where you can start making things a bit interesting, because now we can go in and add different voices from the scale. Like we could add the sixth, and then you get like that. We could add this ninth, and then you get that. You know, it's all gonna essentially be what is going to add that little flavor to your chord, you know, because just a minor chord on its own, anybody can do that. But then when you add in this voice, that's what kind of makes it a bit more interesting. We'll also add in this minor seventh here. So now you can hear we're starting to kind of get a little bit more vibe and a little bit more creative sound. It's not just like a basic minor chord. So yeah, I really recommend you figure out how these minor scales work. These are all just pretty straightforward notes once you know what you're doing there. So we'll take that and make the notes a little bit longer. And then what we're going to do right off the bat is we're going to take the envelope of Oscillator 1 and just make it a bit shorter. Kind of like that. And this is where we experiment. We're going to start playing with the different oscillators here. Yeah, bringing these in, detuning them. And you can hear with the FM, you get really interesting textures like this. You're able to really create some stuff you just wouldn't get just working with basic saw waves and square waves. I'm gonna make it a little bit shorter though. And this is usually, once you start to kind of define the shape of the sound, this is where I usually go in and start making a little pattern as well. Maybe we could do something like that, and then we'll give some swing to the 16th notes. So now we kind of have a more interesting sound. We have a bit of a rhythm to it. And it all just starts from making that cool chord. Then we can go, and I'm going to work with the filter a little bit. Usually I'll put this envelope on. And then we can do a bit of automation on the filter too. like that. And we'll also do a little bit of the shaper here. This can work really well for like, you know, just giving it a little bit more flavor, making it a bit fatter as well. Let's just go for the soft shaper. And still kind of playing with the knobs over here as well. You know, with the FM, it's not really the kind of thing where you just sort of set it and forget it. You kind of, you know, keep working with it and sort of like slightly changing the texture of the sound over time. And then eventually, we're going to end up at what we want. Which here, I'm trying to get it a little bit more like kind of full sounding. Then we could do a bit of automation with that attack too. You can hear that kind of gives you a more interesting thing there too. So you're kind of like automating stuff as you go. Cool, so now that's sounding pretty good. So now we need to just kind of make it like, yeah, just a bit more kind of wide and a little bit more effects on it as well, I think is going to go a long way. So chorus is really good for that. You can hear it spreads it out nicely. We'll turn the dry wet down though. And then I'll also get a bit of echo. Sometimes like these slower times, like if you just do quarter notes, that can work really nicely. Let's do the quarter notes. And also, I like doing this where you just take a reverb, turn the size down a bunch. I'll actually put this before the echo. So here's without this. And then with it, you can hear, yeah. Kind of fills the sound out a little bit more, you know, gives it a bit more kind of vibe. A little bit of drum bus. Really brings it to life. And yeah, so that's one way that you can make these chords. Again, you start with like a chord, you know, start with a minor chord, and then start adding voices to it based on different notes that are in the scale. And then you can just kind of start playing with the FM, and you can see pretty quickly, just working with sine waves, we're able to make this nice little groove here with this. So it's all about just kind of getting creative there with the FM, and then having a cool chord to go with it. So that's one way to make these types of stabs that I've done a lot on my channel. That's how I do them from scratch usually. Another way that you can make these stabs is actually using like a sample. So you can take like I'll get one of these. I have like a bunch of them in here. Like something like that, and what you do is you just get like a little piece of it. Like just that little piece, we can pitch it a little bit. Maybe we'll actually pitch it to there, and we can reverse it maybe. And then what we do is typically I would start filtering this, so like we can get a band pass here. Maybe a low pass, but we'll kind of shape it a little. Alright, there we go. And then, you know, just kind of add some extra stuff on there. Like a bit of drum bus. I'm going to do the short reverb again. And the interesting thing about this is that then we can drop in other ones. Like if I just drag this over here, we have that same automation there. So now I can grab like another one of these samples. And just put it in that same spot. Like we'll just do that. Oh yeah, there you go. So you can kind of create a lot of different stuff that way, you know? But I'll take that one back there. And then once you have this, then you can go and just freeze it. And then now you have that. So then we can bring that into a simpler here. And now you can start using it. So then we can go and add maybe like a little bit more processing to it. Like I will do some chorus. And then we'll do like and then put like a kind of longer reverb on that one too. Kind of fade it a little bit there. And there we are. So you can see these are a few different ways of making these style of stabs. This is pretty much the process that you watch me do here is exactly the one that I do when I'm making these other videos where I make like, you know, I might have like 7 or like 5 or 6 of these playing at a time. This is the exact same process. It's just sitting here in front of the computer, playing around with the different placements and all that kind of stuff until you get something nice. But yeah, it's not really that hard. Again, you're just going to work with like a sample or working with just making like a cool chord using notes that are really just going to be in any basic minor scale. And that's pretty much how you do it. So yeah, that's going to be it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. As always, make sure to like this video as well as subscribe. And let me know what you think of this video in the comments. Like I said in the beginning, you can get the full project file, samples, everything that you heard in the intro, these demo track project files, the stabs, the pads, the mastering rack, and the bonus basses and drums and effects are all available at the top of the description on my Bandcamp. Once again, this really helps to support me, plus you get a bunch of great samples. You can hear it's all really quality stuff, and yeah, this really helps support me. So, thank you so much everybody, and I will see you tomorrow with another video.